exercise a friend or a foe for headache and migraine sufferers? What does exercise actually do to us? And what are the types of things that you should be avoiding as headache and migraine sufferers in regards to exercise? And what should you be doing more of? That's what we're discussing today. Hi, I'm Dr. Beth, Osteopath here at Melbourne Headache Solutions. So recently I've been getting quite a lot of questions in regards to exercise because my patients just really aren't sure whether exercise is going to help or hinder them. And some are actually really nervous in regards to exercise because they don't want to trigger a headache or a migraine or make things worse. So that's what we're discussing today. So if you're there, say hi, drop a comment. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask and I'll always get back to you. And share it around because if you've got other headache and migraine sufferers, I'm sure they've got similar questions as well. So with headache and migraine sufferers, should you be exercising? Should you be not? Well, I for one am never going to tell anybody to not exercise, and research backs me up on this. Research actually shows that moderate intensity exercise actually helps to decrease the intensity and the frequency of headache and migraines. So that's fabulous. So it's telling you that yes, you really should be exercising. But what are the sorts of things you want to be doing around exercise, and what type of exercise are they talking about? We said moderate intensity. So they're talking about things like a brisk walk, maybe a jog, maybe swimming, those sorts of exercises. Okay, so moderate intensity. And the most important thing is that you want to be doing something that you enjoy, okay? Something that you enjoy so that you're going to stick to it, so that you're more likely to want to go out and do it. But you also need to be prepared for this exercise. So you want to make sure that you're going to be well hydrated before and after, as well as that you have the appropriate sugar levels as well, so you're not going to have a serious sugar drop. So making sure that you've eaten beforehand as well, okay? So moderate intensity, because when you do moderate intensity exercise, then you actually release natural painkiller hormones, so endorphins, as well as natural antidepressant hormones, enkephalins. So these are great, so mood elevators. But what are the types of things that are going to actually more likely to trigger a headache or a migraine in people? Because as we well know, exercise can trigger a headache or a migraine. Well, for a lot of people, it's not actually exercise that is the problem, it's how you're performing the exercise or what you're doing. So things that are less strenuous on the body, so as we said, like brisk walking, maybe swimming, those types of activities, they're usually relatively safe. But if you're going and you're doing like weights exercises that are placing a lot of strain on the upper body, or say like boxing, something quite jarring, then because we know that the upper three joints in the neck are the primary source of headaches and migraines, then it can really trigger those joints, placing a lot of stress on them and set off your headache or migraine. So particularly if you're new to exercise, then you want to build up slowly, okay? Test your limits, see how you're going. Okay, and you also want to make sure that your head and neck is in a good, stable position, not letting your head poke out like this. So be aware of your head position, don't let it stress and strain. And particularly, as I said, if you're new to exercise, potentially avoiding overhead exercises for the moment until you're used to it, okay? So as I said, maybe boxing, like a heavy boxing, heavy overhead activities are not the right things for you at this stage if you're not used to exercise, okay? So I know we also love ab exercises, sit-ups, crunches, those sorts of things. I know I certainly do. But one of the things that we do most when we do those ab exercises, we place our hands behind our heads and we strain forwards with our head, which is also going to place a lot of strain on the neck and more likely to induce a headache or a migraine. So once again, making sure that the head is in the right position, and as we come up, our head tucks in. So we're always looking between the knees, always got that head slightly drawn back so that the head and neck is protected, so that we're less likely to set off a headache or a migraine. So as I said, it's not necessarily exercise's fault, it's the technique with which we're doing it, okay? So building up to exercises slowly, checking our technique, and making sure that we're picking the exercises that are appropriate for us, okay? So they're the things that we want to be mindful of. Now, if you're also finding that you have done these things. You think that you're checking your technique is okay. You've built up to exercise slowly. You've picked things that you believe that are appropriate for you, but exercise still appears to be setting off your headaches and migraines. It might mean that you need some more stability around your neck and shoulders. Those muscles might be a little bit weak and still might just be tugging those joints out of alignment and setting off a headache and migraine. So you might need more stability around that area so that exercise is not a trigger for you. So you might need specific training in those muscles for your neck and your shoulder so that you can go and exercise. Because as I say, we want you to be able to exercise. You should be able to do everything that you want to be able to do. So you might need specific training in those areas so that you can do the sports and the training that you want to be able to do. Me, being a past chronic headache sufferer, I do Taekwondo. I'm in headlocks all the time. I love it, it's so much fun, but I can do everything that I want to do. And as I said, you should be able to as well. So those are my advice, that's my tip for you. Yes, you should be able to exercise. You just got to take it at a slow pace. Make sure that you're picking something that's appropriate for you, making sure that you're doing it with good technique, and making sure that it's fun. Make sure that you enjoy the exercise that you're doing, okay? So if you've got any questions or queries at all, drop them below, but also just making sure that your neck has been assessed, tested, make sure that you're treating the underlying cause, and also if you've got any questions, you need your technique tested, come and chat to one of us. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.